After a disappointing Serie A season so far, a victory in the derby could appease AC Milan fans somewhat. Following a corner from Stroppa, defender Costacurta scored the opening goal for the Rossoneri shortly before halftime. Inter pressed hard in the second half and sought an equalizer, but Ruben Sosa's shot missed the goal by a hair's breadth. The game remained exciting until the last second. Victory hung by a thread, but Milan held on to the result because Del Vecchio only hit the post. Everything is running smoothly for Roma at the moment. In their clear victory in Brescia, the opponents helped them score goals. Balata deflected Giannini's free kick, setting up Fonseca to give the visitors the lead. The second goal was scored by a Brescia defender. Battistini unluckily deflected Moriero's cross into his own net. Abel Balbo also got on the scoresheet again. The Argentine is particularly dangerous with his heading ability and has now scored his 7th goal of the season. Jonas Thurn scores the final goal before the break. The new signing from Naples, who finished 3rd with the Swedish national team at the World Cup in the USA in the summer, scores with a spectacular long-range shot. Next week, the league leaders are likely to be tested much more in the derby against Lazio. Cagliari remains the surprise team of the season. Roberto Muzzi scored the winning goal in the victory over Genoa. The only downside is the serious injury to their top scorer, Luis Oliveira, who is expected to be out for the rest of the first half of the season. Juventus seemed to take Reggiana lightly and were in for a surprise. After a mistake by Conte, Paulo Futre gave the visitors an early lead. The record champion's response was not long in coming. After Baggio's shot, Del Piero had a great chance but only hit the post, but defender Cherubini deflected the rebound into his own goal. Shortly afterwards, Fabrizio Ravanelli put his team in the lead. But Reggiana managed to equalize before halftime through former Italian international Fernando Di Napoli. Shortly after the restart, the underdog completely turned the game on its head. Brambilla took advantage of the space he had and beat Peruzzi with a well-placed low shot. In the final quarter of an hour, Gianluca Vialli prevented complete embarrassment with his equalizer, but even a draw is far too little for the ambitions of Juventus. Pierluigi Casiraghi was the man of the match in Lazio's home victory over Padova. After a beautiful pass from midfield to Rambaudi, the Italian international scored with a diving header to make it 1-0. In the 22nd minute, Casiraghi scored his second goal. And after a cross from Favali, the center forward completes his hat-trick. At this point, it looked like a disaster for the visitors, but Lazio subsequently conserved their energy for the tasks ahead. Following a corner kick by Galdarisi, American Alexi Lalas scored his first goal in the Italian league. Shortly before the end, Maniero scored from a penalty kick, bringing Padova within one goal, but Lazio secured the victory. Rui Costa kept his cool in the penalty area and put Fiorentina ahead in their match in Naples. For a long time, it looked as though the visitors would be able to hold on to their lead. However, in the final stages, a goal from Colombian Freddy Rincon secured a celebrated equalizer. Nevertheless, it remains a complicated season for Napoli, who are visibly weakened after numerous departures in the summer. The match between Sampdoria and Torino was dominated by two men. One was Torino striker Andrea Silenzi. The former Napoli player initially put the visitors ahead. The hero for Sampdoria today was not one of the usual suspects such as Captain Roberto Mancini, but striker Mauro Bertarelli, who played in place of the injured Gullit and had the game of his life. With a double strike, he turns the game around within a few minutes. Attilio Lombardo's strong performance on the right wing should also be mentioned. But Andrea Silenzi wasn't done yet either. With his second goal, he equalized for the visitors just before halftime.
However, Mauro Bertarelli had the last word that afternoon. With his third goal, he sealed the home victory for the 1991 champions. Torino's defense, led by Stefano Torrisi, will probably have nightmares about him tonight. Bari was one of the strongest teams in the league recently, and it looked like this would continue in their home game against Cremonese. Gautieri put his team ahead early on. The visiting keeper Rossetti did not make a good impression. In the second half, however, the game slipped out of the hosts' hands. After a corner kick, Tentoni scored the equalizer. In the last quarter of an hour, the visitors even managed a surprise win. Enrico Chiesa showed the instinct of a true goal scorer and pushed the ball over the line. It looks as if Chiesa is making his definitive breakthrough this season. This is also to the delight of Sampdoria, from whom he is only on loan. The bottom of the table Foggia managed to keep the score goalless for an hour, but after a counterattack, Marco Branca put Parma ahead after a pass from Zola. And just 3 minutes later, following a solo effort by Asprilla, Branca scored his second goal of the game, sealing the outcome of the afternoon. Next week, Lazio and Roma will face off in a showdown. The current league table makes the capital city derby even more exciting. Another top match awaits us with Inter against Parma. Casiraghi has taken the lead among the top scorers with his hat trick. Next week, we continue with Match Day 11. Thank you for watching, and see you then.